Hey guys, with another One Take review, and today I wanted to talk about the new Aldous Harding album, Warm Chris. Warm Chris is the latest album from Aldous Harding, who began her music career in 2014 with her self-titled debut album, and since then has continued making music until 2019 happened with her album Designer, which kind of sent her beyond the indie folk realm and into more of the indie mainstream realm, if that makes any sense. Warm Chris has a very comforting atmosphere, like kind of a scarf-like atmosphere. This album's the musical equivalent of a scarf. That may be negative depending on the person, but I think it's pretty positive. But even with that being said, I do think this record has a few flaws as well. Harding's vocals aren't that unique from pretty much every other indie pop artist in that sea of indie pop artists right now. In fact, there's pretty much nothing about her vocal work that really distinguishes her in any way, shape, or form. While there's nothing necessarily wrong with just kind of walking with the crowd, it does make this record sound like one that I've heard 100 times before, when in all actuality, as I'm recording this, it just came out today, so I know that's not true. The songwriting is also a bit weak from time to time on Warm Chris. I wasn't expecting a literary masterpiece or anything like that, but what I was hoping for was to walk away with some reasonably memorable lyricism, and unfortunately that just didn't happen here. Overall, Warm Chris could have been much, much better in virtually every category possible. However, it is a charming album, and Warm Chris is very easy to attach to as well on an emotional level for its short-ish runtime. And I mean, for that reason, I'm still going to give it 3.5 stars out of 5. It's a good listen, even if it does have some very notable shortcomings, and again, it could have been really great if that songwriting was just kicked up a notch, or there was something a little more unique about Harding herself that just made her voice maybe stand out a bit more from the massive crowd of other indie pop, chamber pop kind of artists right now, but as it stands, I still actually greatly enjoyed this record, even if I did maybe sound a bit critical throughout this quick review, but yeah, 3.5 stars out of 5. And with that being said, that's the end of this quick review, and I'll see you guys in the next one.